Hi Capricorn, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for the week of March 11th to March 17th. All right, so let's jump right in. So Capricorn, obviously I can't read for all Capricorns, but once you start hearing the description of this reading, you should have a better idea as to whether this one relates to you or not, or to someone else. All right, so let's jump in. Oh, also, you can be any party within this situation. I'm feeling 3 parties in this situation. All right, let's jump in. So first off, what's coming to you for this week is Illumination. Lovely, right? These are my new cards. Gorgeous. Divination of the Ancients. That's the name of them. They're great. They're great. Anyway, what I'm seeing here is that there are 3 people involved in this. 1, 2, 3, and there's been a lot of backfighting, a lot of competition, a lot of hurt egos, bruised egos, this and that, back and forth. But this week, Spirit is going to be giving you another way to deal with this. Whatever you've been trying before hasn't been working, they're going to give you a method or some kind of message or something that's going to make everybody happy. All right? So there might be some growth. There's going to be some growth, you know, through this, and sometimes growing hurts, but it's going to make everyone happy. All right, let's grab this guy. Okay, so first off, I'm just going to tell you, I'm getting 2 scenarios for this, but of course, if you see your own scenario, whatever it is, and it fits the dynamics that are going on here, then feel free to listen in. But the first scenario I'm seeing is between 2 people. It could be between 2 men, 2 women, whatever, but 2 friends. And I feel that these friends are friends that come from a long time ago, like lifelong friends, maybe buddies from high school, lower than that, younger than that. But there's always been this streak of competition between the 2 of you. One of you always feels, and I don't know which one you are, I keep want to say Leo, no, I don't know which one you are, Capricorn, but one of you in this connection always feels like you're better than the other one. There's almost like this feeling like I'm a perfect specimen compared to you. Like, look at the way he's looking. He's like, I'm perfect, I'm this, I'm that. Meanwhile, the other person has this inferiority complex and always feels like, oh, I'm second best, this and that. But there's this animosity between the 2 of you. And it could also be between brothers. Imagine that kind of dynamic that exists between brothers. Spirit is saying this is now time for you to heal this rift. They're saying, see, this is their table, their meeting table, like, come on, let's come meet. And I feel that one of you in this connection is already willing to reconcile this and wants to move past this. I think it's the one that may feel a little bit less than. Excuse me. And if it's anyone in this party, if you, Capricorn, or anyone in this party, then God, I'm feeling Leo again. All right, so I'm gonna open this up to Leo. Leo's got like 3 video possibilities this week. Anyway, Capricorn, Leo, whoever, Jesus, whoever comes by and it resonates with them. Whoever you are in this party, if you're one of these people in this party, it feels almost like this person who has always felt less than, and, you know, has this kind of inferiority complex. And number one, you shouldn't be having that complex, but at the same time, this other person is doing way too much, okay? So I just want to validate a little bit there. But Leo, you might be that person. I feel like this is the person who may be in a place to be a little bit more spiritually mature at this time. No, I don't want to put it out there like that, but they're the ones, if anybody in this connection, they're the ones who seem more likely to want to heal this rift. All right, that's scenario number 1. Scenario number 2 that I'm getting is that this is a love triangle where there's, like, for example, there's a woman in the middle and there are 2 men, and one of these men is somebody that she's with now. Could be a marriage, I'm feeling, could be a marriage or new relationship, not new relationship, because but marriage, or just they're together in some other commitment. And then this other person is like the ex, right? But it's like the ex who won't go away, not in the sense that they're stalking. The reason why I feel that it's really a marriage, it feels like this is the divorced ex right here, and now the woman has remarried and they may have kids and whatnot, and for the sake of the kids, if that's the combination, it's like, for the sake of the kids, all 3 parties need to get together, because I'm seeing this here, okay? So this is going to resonate for some of you. See, this baby, for the sake of this party, the new husband and wife who are raising this child that was between the ex and this lady, now for the sake of this child, all three of them have become parents, and they have to learn to work together. See that purple guy? That's this purple guy. This is the ex, and he's sore about this. And you know what? Listen, who would not be sore? And I'm not trying to condone any bad behavior here or whatever. He may not even want this woman anymore, and she clearly may not want him either. But the point is that it's never a fun thing when the person that you used to be with, whether or not you want them, moves on. And then I think there's also a special place for men, a special pocket that men experience that women don't really get to experience as much, at least in our, the US or just around the world in certain countries, where the person remarries and your parentage or your place is replaced by someone else. So for example, a husband and wife are married, they have a child, then they divorce, and now a new father figure comes into the child's life because through that new marriage. Now this dad is left out here feeling like, what? It's kind of like no one likes to have that feeling. And in many countries that happens to the woman, where the woman loses possession of the child for a certain degree and a new mother comes onto the playing field, just whatever. It's never enviable. No one likes that feeling. So I completely understand. But that being said, Spirit is saying, hey, everybody needs to get together. We need to work this out. And in the case of this marriage situation, I feel that it's because they're kids. In the case of just friends or whatever, it's just time to work through that. Okay. There may be other scenarios that are not coming to mind right now or coming to lips as it usually does. But if it fits your scenario, then please do. All right. Now I see that between you guys, the warring parties, so to speak, I see for some of you there have been fist fights, right? For some of you, it's just more like dragging feet, not returning calls. Like, hey, honey, can you tell your ex that he needs to be there for the kid's graduation? Kid wants him to be there, and, I don't want to, like, get involved and stuff, but, and then she goes to the ex, and the ex is like, yeah, I'll be there. What, I have to tell you guys everything I'm doing now? It's just like, we don't need all that backfighting, right? And so that's the point. I feel like in the past, there's just been a lot of power plays, a lot of chess moves, just a lot of back and forth. But everybody in this reading needs to come together for the sake of a third party or just for the sake of squashing this finally. I feel that at this time, again, this just seems to be like, this three love triangle. Sorry guys, I just woke up and I'm I haven't even had my stimulants for the day, no caffeine. Anyway, this once again seems to show this party, this three-man party here. Here's the married couple, the balloon's coming. They want to work on this, okay? They want to work on this. If this is just a two-friend situation, he wants to work on it. Once again, that's him, right? See, the colors are very similar, right? So one party or one group in this wants to work on this connection, and this balloon's coming to pick them up. Meanwhile, this other person is kind of like not really feeling it or not really focusing or whatnot, or they're in their ego, some of the other later cards show, and Spirit's knocking on their door now. Okay, so the viewer, may be this person here. Spirit's knocking on the door to let them know that these people want to work with you. They want to work through it. Or you can be just the person in the middle. Who knows? You could be the baby. No, I don't know. Look here. So again, same thing. These other two people are willing to work on it. They're here. They're showing up. Here's the wife. Like if this is a new husband and an ex-husband, the person caught in the middle is just like, they're just tired. They just want everyone to work out together. They want everything to be together. They just want their happiness. They just want, and it just seems like so much just to get to this place of happiness, and so I think it's really just up to these both sides to just work on this. So, and here again is Spirit knocking on the side, on the door for one of these parties. Now I feel that there is, quite a bit of history. Look at the power of that, the force of that. There's quite a bit of land to cover. That's what Spirit is saying with this card. Thank you, Spirit. But you see the force of that waterfall? That's Spirit's force. That waterfall is so amazingly powerful that nothing can stand in its way. right? Look, it one day decided I want to fall on right here, not here, not here. It fell here, and everything's cleared. That's just how it works. So it's like Spirit is putting you guys on notice, as well as asking you, but more like putting you guys on notice that purification is going to come into this connection. Because take a look here, and these cards are just lovely, and you can feel the emotions off of it. One of you in this party, again, I think it's the one who's kind of reluctant and whose Spirit is trying to, bring to the table. You're kind of reluctant. It's the one that sees himself as better than his friend or the other person, or sees himself as just more elevated in some way. It's the one that has more of the ego, most of the ego in all of this, okay? So Spirit is working with them. See these little bubbles that he's giving? The first thing that comes to mind is pearls before swine, but not in the sense that please don't listen to that in its fullest sense, because pearls before swine means don't waste your breath, trying to teach somebody because they're not able to understand. That's not the case here. Instead, okay, no, it's not pearls before swine, it's the other pearls one. This one is what I want to say, sorry. is pearls of wisdom. Yes, okay, there are only two pearly things. Come on, give me a break. So what's happening is that Spirit is going to be imparting some pearls of wisdom to this person. Let's get closer, and I'll try and yes, sharpen it. Look at these knives and stuff. Spirit is saying, put down the knives, quote unquote. There's another way, and that's what Spirit is saying. There's another way to bring everyone together. Spirit is also talking here because look, this new family, whether it's this new family or this friend who, you really used to be close to or whatever, but, now it's just struggling. But if it's the new family, they're getting together, they're enjoying things, and this person's sore about it, but look, this chair, they want you there. They want you at those family functions. So this is not a case where this new family, the ex-wife and her new husband and the child of, the other husband, the first husband and her, it's not like they are like, oh, I'm so glad he's out of town, he's away, I wouldn't want to deal with him. No, they really, 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 really want to have that happy family unit. There's a chair sitting there for you. They're missing you. It's all pretty here. And when they're at doing family functions, birthdays and all that, they're missing you. Look, they just want peace. And that's what they're doing. I think they've been praying a lot, and possibly this coming about is because of those prayers. God is all about community. I'm hearing them say, God say, or the angels say, God is all about, oh God, okay, thanks God, that I'm all about community. I'm all about community. Oh, gracias a Dios. Oh, anyway, sorry. I'm back, everybody. I'm all about community, and this person feels left out, understandably. So it's like, let's just put him in there so he can get in there, because and hopefully pop up through the card and come here, because I think it's almost like in the case of the marriage situation, it's almost like the new father wants to, even though he's fought with this old father. I mean, the new husband has fought with this old father / husband. Old husband / father. He's fought with him. He's done whatever. Really, in his heart, he just wants to say, "Man, I'm not trying to replace you. I'm not trying to replace you. I can't do that, and I wouldn't want to. I just met this woman. I really love her. And dude, man to man, like, listen." I'm not trying to move into a family that already has kids. So if I'm here, why do you think I'm here? The love is real, and I want you to be a part of our life. And I don't want to see my new wife and our child, feeling down and all this because you're butt hurt. That's what he's saying. Sorry, I'm just relaying that you're sore about it. And they just want to have a happy family. And it's almost like there is a place for you. It's not like this was your place and now you're relegated here. No, this chair is just here. You come and you join the table, and that's it. It's just what it is, and that's what they want. And God is supporting that because God is all about community, right? And this is the wife, or this person who's caught in the middle. They're like stuck in this prison. This is their spirit guide. They just want, and also it could be the husband, the new husband. They just want this family to come together. Look, this is like a broken down jail cell. They want a house here. They want this family to come together. They're questioning, did I do the wrong thing? Am I a bad parent? Am I a bad person? Like, they just don't know what to do, and I feel like they've tried a lot, and they've just given this up to prayer. Okay, so let's continue on. what I'm seeing here is this person. Okay, in the, it could be like it could be the ex-husband, you know, or it could be the friend, right? Whoever it is, this new person, or this person is in ego. So look at the spirit guides. They're trying to show him you're only seeing yourself, and they want you to step out of looking at it as though you've just been robbed of something, that this was your house and this man just came in, or vice versa, you know, you guys fit it into your life. They're like, no, this is for community. They're divine contracts. There are reasons why people get together. You know, they needed to get together. You needed to have that child with that mother. You know, the child now wanted to have an additional influence. So that's why that child incarnated into this situation, so that they could have this kind of you know, like, you just, there's a lot riding on this, so it's bigger than you is what they're saying. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so spirit is coming to you now, and they're saying, hey man, you know, you have your own contract that you have to do. You've got to, you know, wisen up, get out of this rut. They understand that, you know, it hasn't been easy. No one envies your position, right? But they're saying you've got to come in. They're going to be trying to soothe you. Look, they might try to lure you in with something, you know. That's how spirit is. It's the old carrot and stick situation. They're good. Whatever it is, they're going to be singing sweet words to you. They're going to be talking to you. They're going to be, and it could be also this wife or whoever is trying to get you to come back. But either way, it could be spirit working through them. Either way, you're going to have a change of mind, so to speak, and it's going to make you go home, look, and you're going to be thinking, you know, look, my ex-wife or whatever this situation is only part of my whole life. My whole life, I need to get my life in control. I need to get my life together, right? Because imagine that's her pink sweater, but everything else belongs to you. And that there's this small box here for healing. So, and it's only cracked a little bit, but this wide window with shadowy outside is super wide. So you've got some thinking to do, Spirit is saying. They're trying to get you to take a look at your life and to see where you're responsible for the way things are in your life. And not necessarily for the decline of this connection, whether it's with your old friend or your best friend or something, or a brother, or if it's your ex-wife or just whatever, or ex-husband, your ex. But they're just saying, start owning up. See here, I think that if you were to decide to, I'm hearing move back in some cases, for somebody move back in. If you were to decide to move back in, either literally like back into someone's house, or figuratively, you know, I think for some of you, is someone trying to make you move in with the family, even though you're like, I don't belong here, whatever the situation is. I don't know, but just look at the dynamics. Spirit is saying if you were to do that, you would be happier, number one, and they would be happy to have you. And I feel that on some level, you don't think that they'd be happy to have you. And I think in me saying that they'd be happy to have you, let me remind you that here, look at that, they'd be happy to have you. These people want to have you as part of their life. Okay, so if you're seeing anything otherwise, that's all your ego. I think maybe that's the message you need to hear, because as I'm telling you that, I'm seeing this steeple there, and it's almost like, you know, that's what you need to hear. And I think for some of you, you need to have proof almost that these people want you, and that they're just not, or this person wants to have your connection, and it's not like they're just going through the motions. It's almost like you need like a soft landing pad for you to jump. Like, you're not just going to jump unless you know that you're jumping into something that's going to be good for you and safe for you. God bless you. You've been through a lot, okay? Whoever you are, if you're the viewer or not, right? This person's been through a lot. They might put up this bravado, right? They might put up this bravado or whatever, but it's not true. They're hurting. They're sore. They're sore about this. Now, take a look here. Again, Spirit is calling for this animosity between parties, however many people are on each side, to end. Okay, and when Spirit gets involved, it's usually beautiful, it's clean. They're saying it's been a long time. It's time to bury the hatchet. Look at you guys. At odds, it's time to bury the hatchet. And I think that, I think that, let me grab here. Give me 1 second, guys, okay? Okay. I think that part of you wants to continue to pack up and keep going and not like, you know, go back home or whatever. But I'm seeing that with this, you want to get out of Dodge. You don't want anything to do with this. But really on the inside, you do. You want to belong. You want to be there. But it's almost like too much has happened, that your ego is intact. And now to have you walk back in and take second chair or do something that you see as not befitting the station that you used to have, right? That's all ego and pride. You're just not happy under those circumstances. And until you return back home or return back to this loving community or this loving friendship and connection, without the ego, then you're not going to be at your happiest, right? Spirit is giving you a message here, and probably that's this reading and other people who have been in your ear. And I think that you're going to start to listen to it, because look, that's you thinking. I see some of you at the bars thinking. I see some of you working out, doing some workout to kind of help slow down the racing thoughts, that you're having. But soon, I think, look at the coloring of the floor. It matches here. Soon you're going to align yourself with the illumination that Spirit is giving. See that light here on this floor? You're starting to turn into the color of the floor. You're starting to have that illumination. Okay. Boom, same colors. Okay, illumination. And that's just an homage, I like to say, but homage to the power of Spirit. When Spirit gets involved, it's clean, it's clear, it's beautiful. Look at that. It's almost like I want to hear bells. I'm hearing wedding bells, but I don't know. But almost like I want to hear bells crying out through the air. It's beautiful. And I think that you're going to make this decision to take a step forward in this direction of illumination, this direction that Spirit wants. Yes, I really do feel that way. And I think that you will be surprised by how welcomed you are. For example, if you're moving back home, whatever the circumstances, moving back home with family, moving back home with your ex-wife and new husband and your child or whatever, or maybe for some of you, this is a rehab situation. If you are moving back home and going to rehab as your family members want you to, whatever this is, that if you decide to return to the connection, I feel that you'll be surprised by how much, like, they've set a place for you. Like, there's a place, and you'll walk in there, like, and you'll see this place set for you, almost like if you never left. It's like they've purposefully set it up because they want you to have the dignity that you deserve, not just because it's you, but because you're human, because they love you, because it's something they would want. It's a larger force that's at work here. And I think the heavens are really trying to move this forward. Now, what do I mean by they've set a place for you with dignity? Let's say you move back home and maybe you do have a drug problem or whatnot. Maybe you're not able to sustain your own life, and you look at your life and you're like, God. And you're like, fine, I'll move back home. You come in there, you're all head up, you come in there, defenses all up to the sky. And then you walk in and you're like, everyone's saying hi and they greet you. Everyone's hugging you. They're like, oh, you came in the right time. We were all just about to sit down and have some coffee. They put the pot on, and they're like, which cup do you want? And they're like, oh, you like this cup, right? Or which cup do you want? You get to choose just like everybody else. Next thing, they show you your room. You've got your own room. It's just, they know what you like for breakfast. It's just, yeah. And then it's also like people are scarce. Like, they're like, all right, well, I got to go to work, or I'm going here. I'm going to head to the hardware store. You want to come? If not, you can just kick it, whatever you want to do. And then you're like, no, I'm just going to kick it for a little. Nobody's keeping tabs on you like as much as you think you will. I think this is for some people who need to go to rehab. I'm seeing this here. All right. If that's you, this is the point in the right direction. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. You got to go. I think that it's going to be much better and much easier, just much better than you think, much easier. They do say there's some land to cover, of course, ground to cover, but again, when Spirit is involved, miracles happen. If this is about you returning to a family unit, any of you, it's almost like you never left. Let's look at this. Look at this table here. You even though this card is drawn this way, and this table's over here, this chair's over here, this shows they never stop thinking about you. When you come, that's going to be over here. And you're going to sit wherever the hell you want. They might wander around and let you sit down first, right? or you ask, hey, where do you want me to sit? And they'll be like, wherever you want, there's no seats assigned here, just whatever. Like, they're just trying to welcome you back in. All right? I definitely feel that. And that goes for everybody, no matter who you are. If you're that friend, if you're that ex-husband, if you are a family member that has a drug abuse problem, or anybody, the person going back, like, you're good. So I'm seeing here that this is you. It's almost like this is your defense. You've got this up, and in the back, really, this is not you in the back, but if we looked around the chair, don't look at her, it's almost like you're this sobbing mess, because you're just so happy that there were people who, even though you fought them, you this, that they didn't give up on you, and they still brought you in, and it's almost like you just want one day to be able to sit with them as equals in your mind, because it's in your mind that you're not equal, right? Look, see, you're holding the scale, you're like, I'm not equal. That's what I'm hearing. And most of all, that kind of makes me kind of get a little emotional as I'm thinking about this and saying it, is look at that eye. It's like, even though you've got all these defenses up, and I want to say offenses, like there have been times when you've been on the offense, right? That's God looking at you. God never left you. It's impossible. Never left you at all. And that's what I'm seeing. And even though you were here and you're blindfold, and you were like always trying to keep score with these other people, fighting with them and this and that, now look, the sword is, and God is here. God's like, flitting over it as this butterfly. Let me just take this sword away. Let me lighten your load. The scales have been dropped, and he or she's been watching you, right? Source energy never stops watching. And they love, right? He loves, right? Or they. And I think that once you do that, you're just going to get to this place where, you're no longer going to be here stuck in some swamp, like constantly worried about stuff, thinking about stuff, trying to juggle stuff, feeling dead inside, having no family and connections around, distancing yourself. Instead, it's like in the middle of all that, it's like, ah, and it's almost like they're like, there you are. We found you. We've been looking for you for so long. Where have you been? And you're thinking that this person's probably going to come fight you and stuff. They're like, no. And then you're probably thinking they're going to be like, hey, they're going to give you directions to get out. No, they're literally going to reach through that little hole and grab you through. So you don't have to walk through all that you've been through just to get to where they want you to be, in that safe, warm, loving spot, What does that mean? That means that you may think that, yeah, in order to go home, I have to go through this court case, I have to do that, I have to whatever, I have to. No, they don't care. They're not even about that. They're like, no. They reach through and they grab you in the shoulders and they pull you right through, so you end up right in this living room or whatever that is, kitchen, and they're like, oh, okay, here you are, finally. Listen, we just put the pot on, you want to come grab something. And then when you go and sit at the table, they're not going to be bombarding you with questions like, hey, so how you doing, buddy? And it's not even about that. They're going to be talking about their own lives, including you, like if you were, like if you were just a new stranger they just met, not because you're so estranged, but like a new stranger, with new strangers, sometimes we, at a party, we know we have mutual friends, so we talk about ourselves, like, oh yeah, so I just started this program, yeah, and you guys know I've just been so stressed out, and I'm just trying to do my best, but I know it's going to work out, and, and they're talking to you just like normal. So anyway, okay, my dear Capricorn / Leo / whoever this, resonates with, that's your reading for the week of March 11th to March 17th. I also feel that, yeah, this is just a dynamic that's just been going on, and it will continue. So long story short, don't be afraid. Go home. Go back to your connection. Put your defenses down, okay? It's time to bury the hatchet. You're welcomed in, all right? And that's all I have to say. All right, thank you, and have a lovely week. And if you have a question about something like, what did you mean when you said, please let me know. Just email me, okay? Bye. Oh, and again, if the question requires me to like really dip into your energy, I'd be more than happy to do a reading for you. I'll let you know. Either way, don't be afraid to send those questions. All right, bye.